Okay. All right, we're live. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Wall Street Reporter's next Super Stock live stream for today, February 12th, 2020. We're very excited to have a fantastic company to introduce you to today. It's a new company to our conference. It's Imagination Park Technologies. The stock symbol is IP on the CSE and IPNFF over the counter. The CEO is Alen Paul Silverrstieen. Today's format is very interesting. Alen is going to speak for about 20 minutes. He'll show you some incredible demos. If everybody had a chance to download this the app, you're going to see some amazing things. So as many of you know, the most recent AR company we've had in our conference went up about 350% in the last few months. And it'll be very interesting to find out if Imagination Park is the next big winner to come out of this event series. Imagination Park is doing business with some major brands. They have the Sacramento Kings, so major sports teams, AT&T, Motor Trend, and many more. And Alen will go into all the details, exciting things happening in the space. With that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Alen, and I'll be back during the Q&A. Please make sure to send in your questions. We have a great audience today, and it's really your questions that makes these events special. So that being said, Alen, you're on.
Thank you very much, Jack. Appreciate it. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today for this presentation to introduce you to Imagination Park Technologies, as well as learn about how we do augmented reality, which is really unique and different. So we put up this code for everyone. We put up the screen purposely to start. So during the presentation, if you have your mobile phone handy, most people do, and you want to see how activations work, we're going to put a few up during this demo. This is how we do a lot of our webcasts with a lot of the prospects and companies who contact us, so they see interactively how it works. So hopefully you had the opportunity to do it. We're going to move on from this page, but again, you can find Imagine AR in the mobile app store. So Imagination Park Technologies, as Jack mentioned, is on the CSE, on the OTC as well. We are about 3 years old as an augmented reality focused technology platform. Originally, the company was focused on content and content creation license, but we transitioned into augmented reality knowing the future opportunity was significant. If you notice, there's the Microsoft logo on the top left. We are a certified Microsoft co-sell partner for Azure. So as a co-sell partner, we're actually in the price book, and they are currently actively marketing our platform as the only AR mobile app platform in the marketplace to their enterprise clients in North America. This is the eye test chart. We'll pass by this. So when we look at AR, augmented reality, a lot of people have certain perceptions of it. A lot of people are familiar when AR started with Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go was really the beginning point of AR becoming mainstream. That market started in 2016 in the summer. It has done $3 billion to date and is still going strong. But it demonstrated how using mobile phones in the world to overlay entertaining engagement, content, activities would excite people and allow them to start participating and enjoying those kind of what we call activations. So AR is focused on mobile phones. We focus on using a mobile phone anywhere at physical locations, at different areas that people are engaged with, gather, or want to ultimately get more information. AR is different than VR. VR, again, you stay in a sole location, usually indoors, to one person, more in an immersive gaming environment. So I just wanted to clarify that to make sure. The way AR works is you download an app to a phone, and in our case, it's Imagine AR is our mobile app. We also have, which we'll discuss later in our business model, an SDK, which is known as a software development kit that we can plug into existing mobile apps too. But you download an app to the phone, and you can either point it at something, or you can be at a specific location and get that AR engagement. And again, you see what's in the real world with the overlay. And that's what makes AR so exciting in the marketplace. Tim Cook actually just spoke 2 weeks ago in Europe, and he is quoted all over the trade magazines that AR is the next big thing. The market opportunity is significant. Apple, Google, Facebook, Snap, Snapchat, Sony, Microsoft, they are spending enormous sums of money investing into AR to grow AR and build out that community in their world as well. So if we look at the potential market opportunity, going to the slide, there's many forecasts from many companies, and the numbers are enormous. Certainly Goldman Sachs had it at 180 billion with VR. Kenneth Research just came out in the last 2 weeks ago, targeting $150 billion. So when you look at this AR opportunity, it's enormous. There's many different vertical opportunities. We're in the most focused area, the focused area of mobile AR. There are over 1 billion phones out in the world, smartphones, people are interacting, they're doing AR already lightly. If everyone's familiar with Snapchat, you know, the younger generation takes the phone, they put on the bunny ears or the rainbows and they share that. That's AR, a simplistic way. We focus on delivering AR for businesses, sports teams, retailers in their target market, that they can create these AR activations instantly within 2 minutes or less, and at the lowest cost available in the market. We are the only one who could do it. There is not another market opportunity besides IP to really be in at the ground floor of a startup that has spent the last few years building a comprehensive platform. And we do have a number of patents, which we'll get into as well. And as we went through from the beta to going live and now we're fully commercialized, you can see we started gathering quite a number of clients. And these clients have been announced previously on our website. And the exciting thing is also, as Jack mentioned, we did close the Sacramento Kings, and we competed against probably a half dozen other AR companies, a number of them significantly larger than us. And they basically selected us pretty quick. And that opportunity closed within 30 days to move forward. They're going with a version of our augmented reality to plug into their existing mobile app. And if you look at the mobile app market, there's over 2 million mobile apps just in the Apple Store, and I think close to 3 million in Google. So the opportunity for this company to integrate our platform through a SDK into existing mobile apps is quite large. And all these clients that are listed here are paid clients, except for one. We worked with a reseller in terms of the AT&T show, because they wanted to go out there and present us and do scavenger hunt, similar to a Pokemon Go, where we did a scavenger hunt. And next week, actually the next 2 weeks, the Motor Trend's Greater Milwaukee Auto Show is using our tech. They have 300,000 people coming to their show in Milwaukee, and they are doing the AR scavenger hunt, which is one of the unique features we do offer our clients. These are some of the quotes, the testimonials. We make sure that we over-service our clients, make sure they're happy, they're using our tech in great ways, and learning how to leverage augmented reality to build their AR community, to get that kind of integration with their existing content, their store, their museum, wherever they are, and excite people and build that interaction to drive more revenue. For those of you who downloaded Imagine AR, just showing the screens, this is the mobile app. And the reason I just want to show it is all the way on the left, you see the 2 menu choices, AR near me, because we have the capability to drop AR at any GPS location or address anywhere in the world in 2 minutes or less. Again, the most unique startup that ever has this. There is not another company, including the larger ones, who can do what we can do today. And we're live with all these features. This all exists today. What I'm going to do is show you some logos so you can see how this works. But as it goes through the screen, it also shows you we do scavenger hunts. So similar to how Pokemon Go was such a big hit, many companies like Motor Trends, the Kings, AT&T, they want to do a scavenger hunt to get people to visit around a facility or go through a show and visit the many different vendors. The scavenger hunt becomes a fun way to do it, that people can interact, scan things, collect them, and at the end be entered in to win prizes as well. So if people downloaded Imagine AR, you can actually take your phone, select the scan AR, and point at one of our clients, Sacramento Kings. And we actually created that 3D model now, so you can see it on your screen, and you can see how it works just by pointing at it. We're at point, download, and get the interaction. So it's a fun way to point and bring static images to life. And that's kind of the fun thing. Sacramento Kings, actually, when we did the press announcement, we wanted to call us their business partner, because they actually saw us as a long-term relationship with us. And I'll explain how that model works as well. A lot of brands, companies, sports teams, live events want to do AR. In the last 90 days, we've seen a tremendous difference. That, again, we do a lot of demos and we get a lot of prospect opportunities, but now we're getting inbound calls from companies who've gotten to our websites or a recent press release and want to see how they can use AR to engage their fans. But most of the time, AR is very expensive. If you go out into the market and see what it costs tremendously more than what we offer today, which gives us a very unique opportunity to really gain market share and become leader in the market opportunities we're focused. We're known as AR as a service. So if people are familiar in the tech world, software as a service, SaaS, that's the same model, that recurring revenue, the monthly income that builds and grows as you go forward. So we are AR as a service. We actually have 3 specific products. So you understand our product set, what we're selling, and then we'll give you how the pricing works. So the first product is the Imagine AR self-service platform. We're looking to use that as the beginning point, the entry point for companies say, I want to do AR, but I'm not sure how to use mobile AR. And again, we're focused on mobile phone integration in the world, not looking just sitting at a screen. So Imagine AR starts as a simple way to create an AR campaign activation. You don't need a programmer, you don't need any technical resource. And as a matter of fact, at the end of this presentation, you can go to imaginear.com, and the first one is for free to try, and you can put a T-Rex in your house or in your office, or Elvis, a 3D model, to see how it can be fun and easy to use. The second one is the Imagine AR Enterprise SaaS license. This is what we're co-selling with Microsoft to their enterprise clients as well. This is that monthly recurring revenue business where they have unlimited AR capabilities to create AR activations themselves. They get a dashboard, it's all built in the cloud, and the ability to do it quickly and easily and change it whenever they want. And that's very unique. The content we use for augmented reality isn't just the graphical cartoonish images you see, whether it be Pokemon Go or other graphical type stuff. We allow companies to use any type of content that they have in-house. That means they can use videos, they can use green screens, they can use OBJs, PNGs, coupons, anything to deliver and engage people. And that's why AR is becoming a major consideration in the market, from marketing, advertising, sports, to engage people, excite them, and give them that call to action. The last product is Imagine AR SDK. We think this is going to be the #1 and key product for this company going forward. As I mentioned previously, the mobile app market has over 2 million in the Apple Store, almost 3 million in the iOS Store. Again, some of them are from the same companies, obviously, but those mobile apps that are out there for brands, major companies, they want to drive traffic. They want to engage people. They want to give them a reason to download that app, and AR becomes one of those major opportunities to do it. Let's look at our business model. And again, the ability for companies to create their own AR instant campaigns right away for themselves. So we have the imaginear.com, again, simple, limited in features, right now available as a website. We'll be marketing that, and we'll get into how we market and get out there. Literally just a $10 USD on a credit card. You don't talk to us, does single activation. You have small businesses out there, want to do some fun things, engage people. They can use the Imagine AR app that's in the market already, and then create their own couponing, their own AR activations. Simple, easy, ready to go today. The enterprise AR license goes for list price $15,000 USD per year. And that allows unlimited AR activations. Again, they get a dashboard, they get a login and password, and we offer them free support services from our content concierge team. So if they run into any issues or concerns how to do it, we provide that as part of our support package at no additional cost. The SDK list price is $50,000 per annum. So that's a recurring license. So if you look at the opportunity, and I still believe the SDK tied into mobile apps is really the key, and that's what we went and marketed and sold to the Kings. I think that will be our #1 product. So even if you have that price range and you want to start understanding our business model, and if you got 50 clients, 60 clients, 40, do the math, it adds to a substantial revenue stream on an annualized basis. And that is one of our major focus, and we have a really aggressive marketing campaign for that for 2020. And lastly is the white label. What that means is we have Imagine AR in the stores. There are companies that have approached us. They want to white label that, just put all their branding, their coloring into it. We can do it. We create our app in a unique way that we can put different wrappers on it very quickly, very easily, very profitable. And that, again, when you look at that annual license fee, that's listed at $75,000. So that gives you an idea of the pricing. And this is significantly below the market price of almost every competitor in the market. What makes us different? Well, we could do the white labeling. You don't need a programmer or technologist. You can take a high school student and have them as an intern create AR activations instantly. Very unique. Not another company out there in the market can do that. SDK integration, I've mentioned, content management, because we're in the cloud, you can change your content dynamically. That is very unique. And we actually put in and filed a patent for that back in November 2018, the way we deliver content to the handset. Every other competitor builds their content into the handset, the mobile phone, to see that AR activation. If they want to change it, they got to go back, reprogram it, re-enter the content, resubmit to the App Store to get it. We can change instantly. Nobody else can do that but us. AR stories are the scavenger hunts. That seems to be our most popular feature and function. We get a lot of calls for that, and that seems to be the one that's unique for engagement. Sporting events. Most millennials go out to sporting events. They show up, they take some Instagram photos, they share social media, but they don't visit the ballpark. They don't spend money. And that's why we felt sports is a great opportunity, because that market needs assistance. And we do quite a bit in sports. We recently signed the Cincinnati Reds AAA team, the Louisville Bats. We actually got someone saw our press release, the Houston SaberCats saw our press release, and they actually called us to do the same thing literally within 24 hours of seeing the press release for their fans. So Houston SaberCats is a rugby team. If you go to any of their games, they're doing AR at every one of their games today. Basketball Hall of Fame is a client. If you point again with Imagine AR, this is a longer file, but it shows you what it takes to do. Normally you do small files. Once the market goes from the existing technology to 5G, which will make a significant amount of difference in putting content out quick to mobile phones globally, this will go quick. But I wanted to put something in there to show you, because I had the opportunity to be there when we shot the video, work with Dominique Wilkins was there, and Rick Barry. It's very cool to see legends, and we showed him AR, and it's pretty exciting. So if you're pointing at a logo now, you can kind of see the video, and that'll stay with you. This presentation will be available on Wall Street Reporter later, so you can test it, or you could just have this logo available on the website on your desktop, and it'll work as well. We're excited as we started to grow and build our momentum. We've got the Microsoft partnership. We also acquired a patent portfolio, which I'll explain later, which is very valuable, and we feel is a major asset and a valuation opportunity for this company, which again, we've been a startup. We're just kind of coming out at a seed stage out into the market, but look at the clients and names we've already accomplished in AR using it. And if you go to our website, to imaginationpark.com, and go to the client page, you'll see video use cases of actual people using our AR. We don't pay them, we don't know them, we just send a video crew to videotape the use case for education and to help promote ourselves in the market. It's been very helpful in our market campaigns as well as we go forward into the market. As I mentioned, we have a patent portfolio. We acquired this this past year. Very valuable one for AR. As the AR market grows, they're valued from the perspective of how they target key areas of the AR as it grows. And additionally, they are good, this patent portfolio, to 2032. So as this market is projected, as I told you, Kenneth Research went to 150 billion, Goldman Sachs, everyone's up there. As the market grows, the value of these will continue to grow for the market. We do have a legal firm that we've set up an agreement with, retained. They were actually the original filers of these patents. So we're working with them to see the best way synergistically to pursue monetization strategies. This last one to scan right here during the presentation is being done at the Motor Trend's Greater Auto Milwaukee show. They want to do a scavenger hunt with the brands to get people to go visit Toyota, Lowrider, all the vendors. And if you collect all the cars, in this case, you'll see a futuristic car come up, you then are entered in to win prizes on a daily basis. Again, a fun way for them to collect email addresses, measure the data, and really see the ROI. And again, they paid to do this, and we set this up literally in a matter of hours. So the scavenger hunt is key. Again, where are we going to market? We've got strategic partnerships. We have a number of resellers that are out there actively marketing our key target marketplaces, which is sports, live events, as well as retail, because the brick and mortar world has gotten tremendous pressure. They have major concerns as Amazon has gone out and just dominated, and Walmart with shipping. AR is a way to provide that experience at a site, do a scavenger hunt. You could do an Easter egg hunt in a mall, get people to collect, visit stores, get coupons. Just engage people using your mobile phones and make it experiential. That's the goal. And that's why ad agencies, marketing companies, branding people, social media are all looking at AR today. We've got direct sales opportunities, proof of concepts. We're always up for those to find out new opportunities, self-service. Look for companies that potentially, as we go forward, we can acquire that have synergistic relationships and speak at conferences. We are poised right now to growth. We definitely feel we're significantly undervalued. We have a lot of value in terms of we have a completed platform. If you look, and we were not a public company, kind of a double-edged sword, right? If we were a private company in the VC world in the United States, when you look at some of the valuations of companies that are similar to us and not even have all the assets, the patents and that, their valuations are $50, $100 million. So we have a future opportunity here to grow. We have partnerships with Microsoft, and you'll see we expect a number of other Fortune 100 companies. Large companies are now looking for AR. That's the big change from last year. They're inquiring, they want to do AR. We've got the self-service up and running today. We're going to contract with influencers and social media to really target use cases, small businesses, marketing, small companies that focus on helping them grow using the self-service, and certainly continue in the patent world. Our advisors are very active, more so than just names. We talk to them regularly. We have weekly calls. And again, if people always, concerned, oh, what's the cost of these? These gentlemen combined are less per month than around $3,000. So just to give you an idea, there isn't a major expense. They're all in on stock options to grow the company. Mike Tunnicliffe just joined this week, major executive vice president, Universal Music. Look at his background, well known in the music industry, tremendous relationships. And actually, him and I will be doing a joint interview, which will be available publicly coming up in the next day. Steve really ran a $4 billion business for WPP Group. And Jonathan Mariner is the former CFO of Major League Baseball for over a decade. And again, just showing some quotes, just to show you we get the results. People are excited about AR. The president of SaberCats, he literally saw one press release, called us, signed a contract, paid, and he's up and running with the Houston team doing AR activations on a game basis. Thank you again for your time. We do have everything in a Twitter feed, IP@IPTechAR, YouTube channel with all those videos and use cases besides the website and the Facebook. And just quickly, at the end, you can go to imaginear.com. The first one's for free. You can kind of do something fun and enjoy some AR on your mobile phone. Thank you for coming here. We're going to go to Q&A. I just want to go to one last slide while we do Q&A. Certainly for, not maybe for the audience, but you can actually activate this card. So if you point the phone, you can see again this come to life. And that's pretty cool in these days and part of the area we're going into with Imagineer. So Jack, thank you very much for the time. I think we can open it up for questions now and kind of go forward from there.
Okay, great. So let's start off with, we'll start off with the questions that came in from the registration page, and then we'll go to the live audience questions. Okay, so Scott is asking, who are our closest competitors in the AR space? What sets us apart?
Good question. When you look at AR right now, most of the competitors are mobile app development companies using programming. They're getting a bunch of programmers. This programming language for ARKit, which is the AR programming language of Apple, and the AR Core for Google. And they're they're writing the code, they're getting up and running, very expensive one-offs. We see a lot of that's out there. We don't see platforms. There are some basic ones that are out there before. One of the original ones that are out there, Blipper, was out there doing generic cartoonish graphical. They don't do all types of content. They don't have an SDK. They don't have the capabilities built into our AR. They went chapter 11 and then they came back out again. Zappar has been out there again. Good startup kind of thing. But again, not a comprehensive B2B kind of focus. We're focusing on B2B, any type of content. You don't need a programmer. You can do anything. But really, our competition, we're not seeing out there right now to have this breadth of this platform, the capabilities, and the instantaneous feature to deliver AR immediately.
Okay. Edwin's asking, last revenue deal was on December 16th. Can you, almost 2 months ago, can you talk about your plan to address this challenge?
Absolutely. So after Christmas, we kind of refocused the company to market the SDK. We started a new marketing program with resellers, redirecting more into the larger sale items and integrating into mobile apps. The pipeline has started to grow significantly. We're very optimistic. You will see some revenue generating announcements with clients in the very near future, and we expect that to continue and grow throughout 2020. So after Christmas, we kind of repositioned to focus on the SDK. We are actively working with Microsoft and co-selling. We're very optimistic. We'll see some things there as well. So stay tuned. It's going to happen in the, we expect in the very near future. We're very optimistic about it, and you'll see that start to happen.
Okay. Next question is from Jake. He's asking, with AI being a significant tech trend also, do you see that working with AR?
Very good question. So AI is building a huge following, obviously. And taking AR, there's two ways you can leverage it with AR. And that's funny you brought it up, because that's one of the paths we're going. One is, imagine I'm pointing through my phone and I walk into a hotel, and up on my phone shows up a cartoon or a concierge for a hotel. But I then can have a conversation with them. We're looking, as we go forward, to integrate an AI chatbot so you can have a conversation. We do sports teams and their mascots, right? So imagine you show up at the field, you have the phone, he shows up on your phone as you walk into the stadium and says, welcome, what would you like to do? Oh, I want to know where I can get a hamburger, and it'll actually answer you. So the AI chatbot is going to become a fun and great way to grow the AR experience. And when we go 5G and the market goes 5G, that performance will significantly enhance the AR capabilities. Additionally, we're going to use AI on the back end, measure the data. AR is a great data capture tool. It's a great way to measure the ROI, capture email addresses, usage, and start to understand behaviors and respond to them proactively. So AI will be used both on the back end data analysis to help plan better AR campaigns and activations, and additionally as a chatbot tool.
Okay. So Alan, I got about 5 more questions from the registrations, and then we'll go to live. So next question comes in from Brent. He wants to know, when do you expect second tranche of debenture to close, and is IP receiving revenue from companies mentioned in the various news releases?
Okay, well, let's start in the second part of the question. In those news releases, they all have been revenue. Some of them have been proof of concepts in a sense to get started. But everyone, as I told you, even in the slide, have been revenue, and they have been signed. We are a SaaS model company, so the revenue gets generated on a monthly basis, like a deferred revenue model. When we go SDK, that will be an annual license up front, so we can declare the revenue. That's why we're expecting significant revenue growth in 2020 and beyond, and we're really at the start of it. So the Kings became that first key area where they understood we're still finishing development, and they agreed to come in, pay money, not a low amount, to be the first SDK partner with us, but then to assist us as we go forward to market it and get that first. And that's what you got to do with tech. You got to seed the market. The rest of them are all payable. In terms of the debenture, we're very optimistic in the debenture, and we expect to see an announcement probably in the very, very near future.
Okay, Ardalan is asking, where do you see the company in the next 3 to 5 years?
There's a couple of avenues we can go. I think as AR expands, we're literally at the beginning, right? We're at the start. Even though it's currently estimated to be a $4 billion worldwide market and supposed to hit this $100 billion in 3, 4, 5 years, you're just getting into the start of it. So I think we are probably a year ahead of most other companies. The good news is AR is being understood in the market. The capabilities of it are beginning understood, and this is going to cross over as we go forward. The company is going to grow significantly in both the SDK area, the AR activation, the Imagine AR in self-service as small businesses want to get into it, but also in the content side. I think ultimately, as good as the tool is today, and as we grow, the content development, the opportunity to leverage really cool content in the market is going to help grow us. Certainly, we're in the market. As the more we get out there and get known by the bigger players, we'll see how we go. But we expect to be a leader in AR, mobile AR, again, specifically mobile phone AR around the globe. and starting here in North America and expand rapidly.
Okay, Henry's asking, what type of benchmarks should investors be looking for in 2020?
I think the key things you want to look at are, at the end of the day, it's driving revenue. It's driving deals, driving revenue. We do have relationships. We are bringing in some, smart people like Mike, Steve, Jonathan to work with us, and we expect that opportunity to grow in terms of other top advisors in certain areas. But at the end of the day, you got to deliver revenue, you got to grow the business. Been an entrepreneur for a long time. At the end, investors expect results, and we expect to give them those results. And as we go through 2020, we see that the revenue will project out, and we expect to hit those marks, and that's what they should be looking at as we continue forward.
Okay, next, Hubert says, I would like to thank Alen Paul for all his amazing work for all of us sharing.
No comment. Next one. Thank you very much, okay. Hubert. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, so Faye, I believe is the FFE. With brick and mortar companies shutting down, more and more companies are closing. Will your technology be able to assist them?
Absolutely. We discussed it before. The brick and mortar need to be destination sites. They got to do something different. Everything is too easy. Amazon has become, a vending machine. You literally hit a button and they show up at the door. And as they expand out, if you're familiar, Jack, they're actually acquiring malls in cities now to become warehouses for them as malls go out of business. Retailers have to do something different. The Grubhub has brought food to your house. You've got Amazon bringing the goods. How do you get people out of the house? You got to give them an experience. You got to give them something fun, something to activate and engage with. That's where AR is going to go. Right now, it's mobile phone. There's a lot of analysts out there and researchers say when Apple comes out with their glasses in 2023, that will begin the crossover. So as instead of using the phone and pointing, you'll have everything on your glasses. It'll be tied to your phone. As you walk around, say, Times Square, you'll see advertisements and then coupons offered to you. Then they'll be personalized. That's where we're going. People in the AR industry say, when will the Minority Report movie come live with Tom Cruise? And that's where we're going. As a matter of fact, there's a movie coming out this summer, I forgot the name of it, where they're using AR as part of the superhero in July. So AR is going to get mainstream, and more will ultimately go to glasses in a couple of years, and that growth will just take off. But retailers, as you brought up, should be akin to understanding this is a benefit to them. They can use Imagine AR, low cost, cheap to get up and running, but they got to get something to get people in the store, drive the revenue, and build their businesses. And mobile phones with our AR is the way to go.
Okay, I get a question from Matthew. This question didn't quite, I think it didn't quite fill in. So if Matthew, if you're alive, maybe you want to ask again. But I think Matthew was asking about does AR need 5G to be truly meaningful?
That's a good question. We already addressed a little bit. 5G will enhance it, absolutely. But today you don't need 5G. You've got Wi-Fi in a lot of places. You've got good cell service. You don't do what we call heavy files, right? You don't do these big files. When we did the Basketball Hall of Fame logo, and just to go back there, to flip back, because at the end of the day, you only want to listen, maybe you could see some stuff. When you point at it, that's a big video. That should not be an AR experience. Now, if I had that on 5G, it would work instantly. Wi-Fi high speed, it'll work. So as 5G grows, it'll allow you to expand the reach out in the world, where people go around and do scavenger hunts around a city or get AR at certain locations. It will enhance it enormously. But right now it works well. But one thing people forget, just to kind of bring as a caveat, when you go to a stadium, say a college football stadium, and we've spoken to a number of companies involved in this area, and 50, 60, 80,000 people are sitting in a stadium. A lot of these people don't realize your phone is still pinging it. If you have Facebook, you have Instagram, it's still taking up all the Wi-Fi bandwidth. So that is one of the challenges out there as well, to balance AR in the market, because people's phones are still pinging with all your open apps. So if you take all the open apps of 80,000 people in one location hitting the same Wi-Fi, you're going to have performance degradation. So 5G will help it, but we're seeing some event companies we're talking to as well who want to put in basically enhancers for the Wi-Fi for those events or for those locations, so people have great service.
Okay, we got two more questions, and then we're going to open up to the live questions. All right, so Carlos was asking, Okay, Dallas Cowboys and AT&T Stadium have an AR in-game experience as well as a photo booth via Nexus Studios. Your impressions, question mark.
I think it's wonderful. The more that you could see AR out, the better it is. And we're very familiar. When that came out, we heard about it as soon as it came out, and that was great. For people who don't know what the Dallas Cowboys did with AT&T, a lot of money went into this, probably 6 figures plus, is they create like a digital sign that allows people to stand in front of it, push a button to pick their favorite players they want to picture with, then move back, stand in a spot, and then when the picture shows, you see all the players around you, and then you got to email it to yourself. But what happens is, it's great awareness for AR, but they got lines and people waiting. Well, that's been a sales opportunity for us. We've been talking to a number of teams even recently. They love that model, say, we want to do it. Well, how about we could do the same thing, but anywhere you want in the stadium, anywhere in the concourse, because we don't need a machine. We could drop players in uniforms from green screen videos or pictures anywhere you want. You could take pictures with them. If you look at our client page on Imagination Park, the client page, you'll see the 2019 All-Star Game for minor leagues in Minnesota. We never even went there. They use mobile activations off of the team logos, and when you pointed at each team logo and they had all the teams participating with their player logos along the outfield fence, you would get those players in full uniform. You could take pictures with them. So we could do the same thing at a fraction of the cost with the flexibility to deliver anywhere. So we love that they did it. And AR is so big and it's so growing. We want more education. You want to see more companies doing AR, because once it goes out and educates people and excites people, then the company's business say, hey, I want to do it. Look out there. And here's Imagination Park with a full turnkey solution. No programs required. You don't need the IT department. Allows them to get immediately into AR and get up and running within an hour.
Okay, last question from last night. Then we're going to open up for live questions. Pat was asking, is there a short-term or long-term plan to capitalize on the patents owned by IP?
We mentioned that again previously during the presentation. Yes, we have a law firm. It's been in our MD&A. We did list it, White Williams out of Philadelphia, the head of IP. We are in communication with. They were the original firm, and actually the IP attorney we deal with was the original filer for all those patents, which were approved back in 2012. And again, we acquired them on primarily a stock-only deal, and that group was selling it for a significant amount of cash. We talked to them, contacted, demonstrated what we have, and they said they came in on stock. They are very strong on AR and what we have as a platform. We did talk to the legal firm, and we are looking at a monetization strategy as we go forward. Absolutely correct.
Okay, so now we're going to open up to live questions. Everybody, you can feel free to send your questions in through the chat app. Okay, so the first question comes in from Faye. I think he's got a couple of questions here. He's asking, does it have functions like the Nike AR that allows customers to find their shoe size?
So when you look at the way we do it's a mobile AR. There's different areas. That's a good question. When you look at L'Oreal, Nike, Adidas, they do the try-on capability. So that's a different type of AR. That's using the front-facing camera as well as the other back to look at your foot, measure it, and provide it. We focus on the ability to do scavenger hunts. We do couponing. We do sweepstakes. We do a whole host of live kind of things at locations, at the physical world. Again, look at Motor Trends, right? I want to do a scavenger hunt for 300,000 people. We got it up and running in 2 hours. It's all set to go off of logos. That's the interaction. The Nike is a great example of a unique way for the try-on. And there's a lot of companies doing that. Warby Parker does that for their glasses, right? You could point with the phone at your face and see how glass looks. Another great use. These are great use cases, and we want to see more and more of those. We're focusing more on the world, the interaction of the mobile phone in the live environment, and how to engage people by delivering coupons and then measuring the return on those coupons, doing the scavenger hunts, doing the sweepstakes, that world of AR, which is an enormous growing area in the world of mobile app. But Nike is a great app, respected, and it's well done.
Okay. Faye is saying the movie that you refer to is called Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds.
There you go. And if people want to see it, good job. He really loves his AR. Very smart man, Faye. Shout out on that one. So it's on YouTube, but you'll see it's coming out with Ryan Reynolds, and his superhero power is putting on his glasses. So I'm surprised either Apple, Google, or Magic Leap actually didn't reach out to do a deal to be a sponsor with them at this point, because that's going to be all about putting on AR glasses as a superpower. Thank you for the name. I forgot it. That is it.
Okay, so Henry is saying, awesome presentation, exclamation point. Would you care to share some projections for the upcoming year? And also, what do you value the company in its current state?
I don't give out revenue projections. We've been a seed company that just came out, right? Almost stealth, but we are a public company, and we're focused on growth and the avenue of revenue on the products that I said. So when you look at it and you say, where do you get your ideas of a revenue? I'd say look at our products, look at the pricing we presented. The SDK will be the primary focus of the company, because mobile apps, 2 million in the Apple Store alone. Yes, a bunch of them are games, take it out, but lots of businesses, lots of sports teams, lots of events have them. People aren't downloading them. This is a way to engage people, excite them to use it, to grow their community. So again, that list price is $50,000. If you did 50 companies a year, it seems extremely low, but let's say you did, you can kind of go from the revenue from that side, and I think project it that way. But I think once we start getting our SaaS revenue, our AR as a service revenue, and our capability to grow, you'll start seeing that and able to project forward as we go forward. I think as we get towards the spring, summer, we're going to start peaking out and starting to grow significantly through the rest of the year and forward as the years continue. But thanks for the kind words on the presentation. Let's look at the products, what we're going to get out there. When we do announcements, they are all revenue related, as they have been, as I told you previous. And good question. Thank you.
Okay, Faye's asking, he's got a couple more questions here. So is there a demo?
We'll do a private interview after the session. We'll just do a Q&A with him.
We're sure. Yeah. So he's asking, is there a demo of the chat box? And if not, when will this be carried out?
We have done the chatbots demo in-house. We do use the cloud technology. As you know, we do a lot with Microsoft and leverage a lot of the Azure capabilities and tools in there. So we're expecting that out to be probably around summertime for something to play with and go forward with.
Okay, Henry's saying, okay, I currently live in China. I can attest that people here are extremely attached to their phones. So that being said, is there any focus on pursuing business opportunities in China?
So funny enough, we have been approached around the globe. Certainly in the last few months, we've seen a lot of inquiries. Most of the inquiry opportunities, as long as they have Microsoft Cloud Azure in their marketplace, whether it be South America, Europe, Africa, we've been contacted, India, which again, for people who know my bio, I lived in India for a number of years. It's available. China has a partner that handles the Azure business. They do a different version of it. It's unique. But from my conversations with Microsoft, most likely we can integrate an entire app into it. So it is something that can be pursued with the right partner. We've been contacted previously. Right now, we want to build a home in North America, grow it, and then look to expand it overseas as we continue forward. But right now, we probably spend, I'd say, over 90% of our time in the United States, focus on the market opportunities here. They're excited about AR. People know about AR, sports teams, live events, the retailers. Some of the other areas are coming to us and other things like fundraising. We want to grow that business, get that revenue, and then look to have partnerships around the globe.
Okay, any more questions? Okay, last chance. Okay, Alen Paul, I think that was it for the questions. I want to thank you, and we're going to have you back here in a couple of weeks for the next Superstock live stream again. And in the meanwhile, anybody who's watching this right now, they're going to be obviously getting all your news coming in.
Right.
The next,
very good. Thanks, Jack. Appreciate it.
Story.
And we should have some more news. And as Edwin asked, hopefully he's looking for some revenue announcements, and we're pretty optimistic about that as well.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us once again.
Thank you. Everyone take care. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone for the rest of the week. Take care.